Every era had its own survival secrets, but few are as overlooked and as valuable today as the timber oils used by medieval builders. When you study the architecture of Europe from the 9th to the 14th centuries, you notice something almost unbelievable. Beams, gates, barns and ships that survived centuries of rain, fog and damp soil. They weren't preserved by magic. They weren't protected by modern chemicals. They endured because medieval craftsmen made a moisture-proofing oil that hardened inside the wood, repelled water, and stopped rot long before the age of industrial sealants. For the next minute, pay close attention, because this forgotten method isn't just a historical curiosity. It's a practical, real-world solution for anyone wanting to protect wooden tools, cabins, sheds, or homestead structures using materials available anywhere. When you study accounts from medieval guilds, particularly shipwrights, coopers, and house carpenters, you find references to seasoned oil, blackened linseed, and the fire-thickened coat. These weren't poetic terms. They referred to a specific mixture derived primarily from boiled linseed oil, pine tar, and sometimes beeswax or fish oil. What made it so effective wasn't just the ingredients, but the way craftsmen heated and infused them into the wood. The process created a penetrating polymerized oil that bonded with the timber itself, forming a barrier that could withstand centuries of moisture. You can still see the results today on surviving stave churches in Norway and old oak doors across Europe that remain functional despite constant exposure to rain. Understanding the foundation of this timber oil begins with the base ingredient linseed oil. Flax was cultivated throughout medieval Europe, and its seeds produced an oil that naturally polymerizes when heated. Raw linseed oil is thin and, well, slow-drying, but medieval artisans discovered that when gently boiled or heated near fire, it thickens and becomes far more durable. This wasn't an accidental discovery. It came from the needs of shipbuilders who had to waterproof their hulls in an age where, one leak could sink a livelihood. To apply this historically grounded technique today, start with boiled linseed oil. Not the modern chemical-laden version, but a natural, heat-treated one if available. If you heat the oil yourself, use a cast-iron pot and warm it outdoors, never letting it reach the smoking point. As it thickens, it gains adhesive strength and honestly penetrates wood more effectively. This alone forms a robust foundation, but medieval craftsmen went further. The addition of pine tar transformed the oil into a moisture-resistant powerhouse. Pine tar, produced by slow-burning resin-rich pine roots in low-oxygen pits, was one of the medieval world's most valued waterproofing substances. It clings to timber, fills pores, and creates a hydrophobic layer that repels water like nothing else available at the time. Vikings coated their ships in tar. Barn builders in Scandinavia treated posts with it. Wheelwrights soaked wagon parts in it to prevent cracking. When mixed with boiled linseed oil, the result hardened into a flexible, water-defying finish. A practical way to use this mixture today is to combine equal parts natural boiled linseed oil and pine tar, warming them together until they blend. Apply the mixture to warm wood if possible, because the heat opens the pores and draws the oil deep into the grain. On homesteads, people still heat the timber near a fire before coating it. You can do something similar by letting lumber sit in direct sunlight or using a heat gun lightly on the surface. Once absorbed, the mixture continues to cure for days, forming a tough, resin-infused shell. The final edge medieval craftsmen used was the occasional addition of wax or animal-based oils to create a layered protection system. Beeswax was common in wealthier workshops, often added in small quantities to make the final finish more water-repellent and give it a smoother texture. In ports and fishing villages, fish oil, especially from cod or eel, was mixed into the oil-tar combination to increase penetration and flexibility. These additions created a finish that could survive salt spray, swampy soil, constant rain, and seasonal freeze-thaw cycles. To follow this example today, you can melt a small amount of beeswax into the oil while it warms, stirring until fully dissolved. When applied, this version of the medieval recipe is excellent for tool handles, axe shafts, wooden bowls, exposed beams, and outdoor furniture. It not only waterproofs but gives wood a deep, long-lasting colour that resembles what you see on centuries-old medieval timber frames. The application method mattered as much as the ingredients, and this is where the medieval process truly stands out. Craftsmen didn't simply brush the oil on once and walk away. They understood that protection comes through saturation and curing. Builders often applied the mixture in 3 or more layers, allowing each coat to soak in before adding the next. Sometimes they heated the wood between coats. In shipyards, entire planks were submerged in warm oil-tar mixtures for hours at a time. You can adopt a simpler yet effective version by applying a coat, letting it absorb for a full day, then applying another. After the final coat, allow the wood to cure for several days in a warm, dry place. The transformation becomes very clear. The wood darkens, gains a slight sheen, and becomes impermeable even during long exposure to rain. The reason this medieval timber oil worked for ages is because it chemically bonded with the wood while remaining flexible. Modern sealants often form a hard shell on the surface that cracks over time. The medieval mixture seeped deep inside, hardened gradually, and reinforced the structure from within. That's why medieval beams survived damp climates without rotting from the core outward. It's also why preserved samples from shipwrecks and timber-framed houses still show the unmistakable smell and colour of linseed and pine tar centuries later. If you're restoring a shed, building a cabin, maintaining wooden tools, or simply want to apply a proven historical method, this medieval oil mixture is incredibly reliable. It requires patience more than money and draws on a tradition that kept entire societies warm, dry, and afloat. For more deep historical techniques and practical old-world knowledge, make sure you subscribe to In the Beginning. Share this guide with anyone who respects the craftsmanship of our ancestors, and stay tuned for more timeless methods you can still use today.